Yes, it is one of the best football weekends of all time. It is. We have football all day Thursday, football all day Friday, football all day Saturday, football all day Sunday, and not just football, but good games. We have good, solid games this week. It is fantastic. So this week of Sandlot Sports, we discuss what the Jets are doing. We think they're just going to throw away the season. It's a plea to all the national media: please leave the Aaron Rodgers stuff alone. He's not coming back. He's a diva. Don't give him the attention he deserves. Whether or not receivers can catch the balls nowadays. There were at least 2 game-winning touchdowns that were dropped over this past weekend. And we do our power rankings, we do our picks, talk about what coach is going to be fired first. So enjoy. Welcome to the number one sports podcast in Central Florida. We are Sandlot Sports. Almost like an episode of Dexter. I am Adam Capperson. I'm here with Dory and Cody.
BJ's a serial killer.
I cannot be the only red tide warrior that either works on this podcast or listens to this podcast. So I'm not ashamed of it. Just because she's on her period doesn't mean all things are off limits.
Well, that's a hell of a way to start a podcast.
Look, you have to be willing to sacrifice bed sheets. I mean, unless they're like your grandmother's sheets, you probably shouldn't do it. But other than that, just fucking throw them out. Who cares?
Now I would have got my ass beat. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Huh?
I can't do it.
Shit, just roll them over, tell them don't look, and just throw them in the trash bag. Hey, don't look. You get in the shower.
Yeah. Oh. Like, go in the shower. Why are we going in the shower? Don't look down.
Don't look down. Don't look
clean
down. Yeah, just clean off.
So, speaking of things dropping, wide receivers are just dropping game-winning touchdown passes all weekend. All weekend.
Oh.
Cowboys had no game-winning situations this week. I don't know what you speak of.
Well, I know of at least 2.
Chiefs game. It was
Marquez
Valdez-Scantling and who was the other
Quentin
one?
Johnson from the Chargers.
Oh, the Quentin Johnson thing was Justin Herbert couldn't have handed him off the ball in the backfield any better than that throw was. I couldn't believe it.
No,
right.
And I was wondering all year, why isn't this guy starting? Well, there you go.
He's got hands like Johnny Lamb Jones.
I thought for sure with old cardboard Keenan over there, he was going to get some playing time. And it's like, no, we got some other guy.
No.
There's some other guy that can do this.
He needs to get the Lester Hayes Stickum.
That ball bounced off his hand so hard, I don't think Stickum would have worked.
Yeah.
It looks like it looked like he punched the fucking ball, and I was like, oh my god. I am not under the delusion that I could compete with an NFL player. But I looked at that pass and was like, I could have done better than that, goddammit. I was like, if you give me 2 steps on a cornerback and the guy throws that kind of ball, yeah, I could have done better than that.
Yeah. And that was the Valdez-Scantling one. He should have caught it. It was a harder catch, but he should have caught it. The Johnston one, like, dude, this is why they picked you. You need to make that catch
on the sideline.
Like, he was gone.
Beat your man.
He had him beat by 3 steps, and it hit him right in stride.
Which is super wide open in the NFL.
Yeah.
Wide open. Yeah.
That was tough to watch. I was watching that live, and my jaw hit the ground. I was like, what? Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, but we talked about the Chiefs, so been talking about it for a while, is, like, their wide receivers, you can't trust them. Other than Kelsey, you cannot trust them.
Yeah.
And we saw it.
Chiefs of all, at all. You can tell that Tyreek Hill is truly missed. I think in the first half they only threw to Kelsey
Juju Smith-Schuster is truly missed.
Yeah, him too.
That's saying something.
I did read that the Patriots were willing to trade him before the trade deadline because he was a producer.
They need more picks they can waste.
Yeah. Because it seemed like they probably would have been better off getting him than McCole Hardman back. What do you think?
I think they need Hardman back because they need a speedy guy. They need somebody that can take their safeties away from the middle. They don't have that now.
They got him back. He went to field a punt. His first or second came back, tried to catch it inside the 10 and fumbled it.
Awesome.
So he came back and was like, brr.
Hey, you can bounce back though. I mean, look at the Broncos. Speaking of which, we all,
most of the country Oh, it's Russell Wilson, an apology.
Let's just say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Russell, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Russell. My bad. We apologize. It wasn't just you.
Yeah.
It was sorry, Russell.
Yeah.
Well, and I think we said it when the season started. Now, granted, it started off horribly. Was Sean Payton knows how to coach smaller quarterbacks.
Smaller quarterbacks.
Did it with Drew Brees. You need an offensive coordinator that understands. Like, you can't. He's not going to stand above the offensive line and just find players. You need to play to their strengths, and he's figured it out.
We should also apologize for laughing at Sean Payton to start the season too.
Yeah.
I think, did we laugh at him? Or were we more disappointed? Like, we thought that he would do a solid job starting off.
We were laughing at him when they give up 70.
Whatever we did, we sure as hell didn't think they'd be second in the division right now.
No,
and just on the outside of the playoffs.
Yeah, they were game out of the playoffs.
Right.
Nuts to even think that's a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, as it stands now, the Broncos are a game out of the playoffs. They are half a game back behind the Bills. And if the playoffs started today, Josh Allen and the turnover machines in Buffalo would not be in the playoffs.
Hey, I'm looking at something here. I got ESPN's NFL rankings up. Do you know the Chargers are plus 21 in the point differential and 4-6?
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah. Well, it's because every game they lose is a close game. Like, I swear to God, like, every single game is a one-score game.
Yeah.
Plus 21. 4-6.
I did think it was funny that one of the reporters after the game was blaming the defense for the Chargers losing and not Quentin Johnson dropping the game-winning touchdown pass. And they were asking Staley about, because apparently he calls the plays for the defense. I had no idea. So they were asking him, like, are you going to give that up to the defensive coordinator? And he's like, I have full confidence in our way of playing, full confidence in myself as the play caller, and the way we teach things, full confidence in that. Goddamn right I called the code red. We got to bring this out. Like, oh, sorry. You can stop asking that question. We're gonna keep doing the way we're doing. I'm sorry, I had like Jack Nicholson in my head when he was going through that. But yeah, just no. You are the head coach. We're seeing this at Michigan. It's a lot to put on your plate. Let the defensive coordinator who stays with the defense all week, who knows what plays they want to run, call the defensive plays.
Mike McCarthy's calling the plays for the Cowboys, and their offense looks so much better than last year.
Well, didn't you say that they simplified the offense a lot?
I don't know. I think they started out the season not wanting to tip their hand, and they've ramped up progressively throughout the season.
So, BJ, tell me this: how come they're not implementing Brandon Cooks more, man? Like, I think
I don't know.
He caught like 3 balls, but like when he's on, he's on. I'm like, he could be that compliment to CeeDee Lamb.
What I feel like, and I've watched every Cowboy game this year, when they get in control of a game, they back off. The only case that wasn't, I feel like they got something personal against the Giants. I'm dead serious. Like, I feel like, I know they don't like the Giants because they're division rivals, but there's something going on there. Because CD had 11 for almost 160, and then Brandon Cooks had 7 or 8 for 172.
72, right.
So it was just like, there's something going on with the Giants. I don't know if there's front office shit that's been said. I've never seen anything in the media of Giants players and Cowboys players talking shit about each other. So I don't know, but against the Giants they do that, but when they got up against the Panthers, they backed down. And running the football, about Rico Dowdell in, start spreading the ball around a little bit. I don't know. I think they're not showing the whole offense type deal.
And that's to be expected. I mean, you don't want to empty the playbook in a game that's already won.
Right, but just seeing Brandon Cooks' production, especially in that Giants game, everything, like, it's like we know that he's capable of having breakout games to give that, to give some cushion to CeeDee Lamb, so they're not doubling CeeDee Lamb. So you're thinking that maybe like closer towards the end of the year, going into the playoffs, is where they probably open up the playbook and get them more involved.
I think so. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. And I wonder if they took advantage of the Giants being so shitty to get Brandon to cook some looks. Be like, oh, this is the game. We're gonna try to get you some confidence, get you some yardage. The only thing that makes sense to me.
Tommy DeVito and the Giants won this week.
Not against the Cowboys.
Yeah. But it's also clear too that it seems as if the Cowboys is kind of like positioning out Michael Gallup.
Well, they signed Martavis Bryant, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they signed him to the practice squad, and they're hoping to get him in shape. They gave him a workout. He was suspended for substance abuse issues.
I remember.
And he played for the USFL, I think, last year. It's either USFL or the XFL, either one. And he's in shape. And the Cowboys worked him out. And the Tennessee Titans called him while he was either on his way to the Cowboys facility or at the Cowboys facility to call him back for another workout. And the Cowboys were like, no, and signed him on the spot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big dude. He's like 6'4", and he's fast. And so, not that he's going to save the day. I hope he has more impact than Ty Hilton or T.Y. Hilton did last year. But who knows? Who knows? But that's a big dude. Have you seen him? There's pictures of him on the practice field standing next to C.D. Lamb. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, he's tall.
Pretty sure he's like 6'4".
Yeah, he's 6'4". I know when he was in Pittsburgh, like he was coming up and then something happened. I don't know if he got hurt or something. Then that's when I think him and Antonio Brown were coming up together for 1 and 2 for Pittsburgh's wide receivers, and then he got hurt, and then that's when
Not the best of influences.
yeah. Yeah, but this is AB before Montez Burfict.
Well, no, okay, hold on. AB before the hit was still a knucklehead. He was just not as big of a knucklehead as he was after the hit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So, BJ, I noticed you have the Bears game on there in the background. I wanted to bring this up. How long is Eberflus going to stay in Chicago? Not just because they haven't won, but like I watched the end of that game, and there were just some stupid decisions.
It's Chicago. Your guess is as good as mine.
I mean, I know like towards the end, the Lions needed a touchdown to take the lead. They ran the ball down to the 1 with like 30 seconds left or so, and Chicago called a timeout. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Now, I didn't mind it because, the Lions won, but I'm like, you cannot be this stupid.
I don't know. You know how the Bears are. They're going to do everything that's opposite of what they think that should be done.
Yeah. So, like, here's a sequence of plays. So they were up 26-21 with 3 minutes to go. Okay. They ran the ball. Detroit called timeout. They ran the ball again. Detroit called timeout. On 3rd and 9, they decided to use the running quarterback of Justin Fields to try to complete a pass for 9 yards. That didn't work. It was incomplete. Clock stops.
Solid.
And then Detroit gets the ball and goes down the field. And on 3rd and 2 from the 7, there's 38 seconds left. Jahmyr Gibbs runs it for 6 yards down to the 1. Chicago calls a timeout with 31 seconds left.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you. It's Chicago. Who knows what they're going to do? They could keep him for another season.
Yeah. I mean, and it does beg the question, who is going to get fired first? Eberflus, Staley, or Ron Rivera?
Staley.
Staley?
Yeah.
So I actually heard a stat about Rivera that just blew my mind, okay? He has coached for 13 seasons, starting in 2011 till now. He has had 3 winning seasons. His overall record is 102-97. Figure that one out.
No. Oh, man.
And his Commandos just lost to Tommy DeVito and the Giants. Mr. Negative 9.
-9 figured it out
Yeah.
a little bit.
Just play the
something
Commandos every week. It'll be fine.
Plus, the Commandos don't have Chase Young.
I cannot let you disparage. I cannot let you disparage the movie and call them Commandos. They are Commanders. Stop it. We're all 80s babies, and you're both being disrespectful. Commanders.
Yes, because Commando, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, was almost like a living cartoon.
Well, he is a living cartoon.
This is true.
That cannot be denied.
By the way, his daughter that he was rescuing was, I believe, Elijah Dushku.
She's hot in any decade. And that was okay because I was her age back then, so don't try to make that something it isn't, you fucking freaks.
Hey, we only have a handful of Republican listeners.
And I think they're like gluttons for punishment.
Well, you know,
Like they like it.
That's why they secretly do have a masochist kick. I mean, they want to be persecuted.
Yeah, that's why they keep going to youth group. Always youth pastors. Like, just pay attention. Youth pastor arrested for such and such. Youth pastor arrested for such and such. Why are you so eager to be around 13-year-old guys and girls? And so excited about it on Wednesdays. It's just so disturbing. Like, every youth pastor I had, it's like, you're too happy. You're too happy.
There's a lot of hugs too to the young girls. Hey,
yeah.
praise the Lord, give me a hug. I'm like,
They're grooming them. That's where they pick their wives. I'm not joking. That's serious.
Right.
That's how they pick their wives. Like fresh. It's like picking an apple off the tree. It's tastier.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
As a youth pastor, you have a better chance of being arrested for sexual assault than you do as a drag queen or transgender person. Just saying.
Oh,
so, I know that's going to get us canceled here in Florida. I don't care.
Now we're the third best sports podcast in Sanford.
But the third best team in the AFC North just lost their quarterback. Actually, I think they're the fourth best. Cincinnati. So another guy that we should feel sorry for is Joe Burrow. So he kept trying. He kept trying to come back and just can't do it. Out for the year.
He needs to just chill out and figure something out. He tried. He fought through a calf injury admirably and then started to play really well. Play some good football. It's another tough one to see.
So we wish him the best of luck next year. Because he's fun to watch. He is just super fun to watch. So.
That team's window is closing.
Yes.
They're going to have to pay all those people. And I'm pretty sure T. Higgins is going to be the odd man out.
Yep. You mean, and their window is closing? I think this is Kansas City's year. Because Kelsey's talking about retirement. I mean, going off of Taylor Swift will do that to you. And they ain't got no one else to catch the ball.
I wouldn't be surprised that man just does his podcast on the road chasing Taylor Swift around.
Why not?
Why not?
So, and it's not like he's chasing moms around because, that's Zach Wilson's job because he doesn't have a job right now. Zach Wilson was replaced by a guy who in college had 1 passing touchdown on 13 interceptions.
Damn. That's got to tell you something. How did he even make it in the league?
I have no idea.
He must have the Epstein Island flight list or something.
I don't know.
Trying to figure out how he got in there. What'd you do, man? What did you do? What do you know?
I didn't think he was drafted. I'm trying to find that out now. Yes, so he was undrafted in 2018. He started at UConn, transferred to Eastern Kentucky, and he just. I'm sorry. At UConn, he had one touchdown pass, 13 interceptions. At Eastern Kentucky and FCS, he had 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, and that was good enough to make the NFL. Motherfuckers like Matt Castle.
Unashamed.
But you know what? Aaron Rodgers is coming back, right? Because that's what they keep telling us.
I don't. They're gonna have to win like 3 games in a row.
Oh, you know what he's doing. He's going, yeah, I might come back, and then he'll be ready to come back, but the Jets will be out of it. It's like, oh, I'm gonna save it for next year. Don't want to risk it.
I know he's taking ivermectin.
Orally or
doing.
suppositorily?
Probably both. He probably has one of his offensive linemen just dip his fist in it and just right up the old keister, slam it up in the prison wallet.
Is he getting vitamin D treatment on his genitals too?
I don't know. You'll have to deal with the dick jokes.
That's Dwayne's job.
Oh,
you know
no.
what? I have to give Dwayne credit.
That's fucked up.
I have to give Dwayne
That's
credit
fucked up.
during the college football segment when he mentioned Washington.
Don't bring it up. Why you gotta bring it up? Everybody that listens to the show knows that he avoided it. Everybody. Anybody that listens to the show knows he avoided it.
He did it on purpose here. Like he was like just twitching. He's like, I'm gonna say it. No, I can't. That.
Look, he been playing big time, so give him this props. His last name was Penix, man. Big Penix energy. You know what I'm saying?
You see, you had to bring that shit up.
Leave it the door to get it up. So.
No, that was you. That was you. You said it without saying it. You definitely said it without saying it. Damn it, Adam. Fuck. We almost made it.
Almost.
We almost made it.
You do realize we're never going to make it an entire week with being mature.
No, that's what I'm here for. To make sure that shit never happens. I try to make sure that I walk the fine line between this not turning into the sports reporters.
Yeah, I'd rather be the sports reporters than around the horn.
I would do anything to not be the sports reporters and turn this fucking podcast into an animated spreadsheet. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. That would be terrible. I used to wake up on Sunday morning and forget my TV was on ESPN the night before, and I'd turn it on and go, fuck, and change the channel immediately.
And then forget, oh shit, football's on. God damn it.
No, I would not forget. I would just make sure I changed the channel till the sports reporters was over, because that show's fucking terrible. Just a bunch of guys they're basically walking newspaper articles. That's all they are. They just sit around and like read you a newspaper article. I can see how the rise of the current ESPN happened because of shit like that.
Well, and it's on the show E60.
Yeah, well, that's different. They're telling a story. These guys were literally just newspaper articles. They were like the NPR of sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's like stuck on cardboard.
I did like the one episode where they had Jeremy Shapp on there.
Don't embarrass yourself.
Well, because one of the guys says, well, wasn't your father like friends with Bobby Fischer, the Nazi? And he went, what? So
Too serious.
So now back to stuff that's not so serious. We'll do a power rankings. So BJ, who do you have as one?
Eagles beat the Chiefs. And we keep saying it, you got to be the man to beat the man, and there you go. They've continued to maintain their number one ranking.
Dorian?
Same. Eagles.
Only 9-1 team. It's Eagles. BJ, who do you have it to?
It's hard for me to do this. I don't like doing this. I'm just going to say the Chiefs. I feel like the one team beat the two team.
Dorian?
Me? I took a different approach. I put the Ravens.
I got Baltimore at 2 as well. Because of what BJ said. To be the man, you have to beat the man. Okay. Well, Detroit beat Kansas City. Baltimore beat Detroit. So if there's a tie amongst them, to me, Baltimore's number 2.
Oh my God, you've not watched football long enough to know that this is not linear.
But I can't put Kansas City above Detroit because Detroit beat them. I can't put Detroit above Baltimore because Baltimore.
Yeah, football, it's not linear. It's not linear. None of it's linear. It doesn't work like that. College doesn't work like that. Pros don't work like that.
So who's your number 3 team?
My number 3 team, the Lions.
So you're saying we shouldn't be comparing scores of like teams together?
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. By the end of the season, it will not work like that.
And literally, that's all I've been seeing on message boards like all week. Like, well, we beat the team by this much. You beat the team by so much. I don't care.
It doesn't work like that.
No. So, Dorian, who's your number 3?
Number 3, the Niners.
Okay. I've got Detroit at 3. Reluctantly, but they're playing well. It's the first time they've been 8-2 or better since JFK was alive.
Well, no, tell them about the meme I sent you.
Oh yeah.
Tell them about the meme I sent you. It said the Lions haven't been 8-2. The last time the Lions were 8-2, a black man couldn't walk into a restaurant.
Yeah.
Civil rights movement.
Damn. Talk about ancient.
Well, I think the JFK, because you make it sound like racism's still alive. So JFK is not.
Hey, did you guys see the pic of Roger Goodell and the beautiful adult?
I'm sure you
Hey,
have.
man, I'd never heard of her before. I had to look her up. God damn. Never heard of her before. But she got a pussy like a park garage. God damn. I'll tell you what.
He's very talented.
If we're talented, she's elastic.
She's the original Elastigirl.
If I was with her and we were ever getting robbed, I'd just shove it in her pussy.
Yeah.
Like, take this. Oh, I'll remind you of this there because you'll probably forget. You won't even notice.
And Roger Goodell shot like he didn't know who he was.
That vagina's got to climb it. God damn. I just couldn't help it. I looked at her and I was like, I don't think you're a porn star. I think this meme's Nope, you are. Oh shit. Oh shit.
It was her.
Oh shit. Why do you have a baseball bat in your vagina?
Oh, yeah, she is.
And what's her name? Because we can't talk about it for this long and not give the people the name. Because if they want to look her up, they can look at her. What's it?
Kendra Lust.
Kendra Lust. I never heard her before, so I had to do an incognito search.
You know what that search history.
God damn. That's I can't. God damn. God damn. If she ever had a kid, that motherfucker would walk out. Come out like a water slide. Whew. All right, back to the rankings. Now we're going to talk about gigantic vaginas.
Okay then. BJ, believe we're at number 4.
My number 3 is Detroit, by the way. I don't think I said that. My number 4 is Baltimore.
Okay.
My number 4 are the Lions.
I got Kansas City at 4.
Wait a second. I thought you had the Lions at 3. Am I mistaken?
I had the
Dorian?
Lions at 3. Dorian.
No, me. I had the Niners.
49ers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have to do this for my graphics later. And Adam, you have who at 4?
I have Kansas City at 4.
KC. And now we have Detroit for Dorian at 4?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. I have the 49ers at 5.
Dorian?
I have the Chiefs.
KC?
I have the 49ers.
We're sharing elements.
Yep. So now, for the fun time, the Trash Badgers.
I'm guessing, and I really have not looked. I know you sent them in so I can make the graphic, which I have not made yet. I'm guessing it's all 3 teams in different orders again.
Probably.
Because they are garbage.
I did have a team that graduated from the Trash Badgers and is no longer in there this
year. You let the Giants out?
Yes.
No. I will not. All I can think of is 89-17.
Yeah, well, they beat the Washington Sentinels, so I got to give them credit for 1 week. So, BJ, who is your last place team this week?
Oh, I love this. I can't wait to say it again. The New England Patriots.
Really?
He's being consistent with that. Don't act surprised.
They're trash. That team is trash.
And I agree with him, by the way, that they are like terrible. Because the other teams that have a worse record at least try.
Yeah, and can I just hate freely? Do I have to be constrained by your beliefs?
You're in Florida. You're allowed to hate whomever you want.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they're conservative Republicans, in which case I must wash their feet.
Hey, whatever you tell the snowflakes, that's between you and them.
Yeah. Lie right to their face.
Dorian, who's your 32 team?
The worst team.
My worst team, I got Carolina.
You got Carolina?
That's the worst, yeah.
It could be either way. Sure. I agree with that.
So, BJ, who's your 31?
Who'd you have, Adam, for 31?
I have
32?
New England as well.
No, thank you. That makes me feel better. I'll go Carolina because they are 1A and B of the Trash Badgers.
See, and the problem with Carolina is they don't have their first round pick next year.
Yeah, the Bears do, and they're going to fuck that up. I saw a thing where it showed a Bears mock draft of every round, and it was all quarterbacks all the way through the 7th round.
One of them has to hit.
The first two were Caleb Williams and Drake May, and it just kept going through every round. They found a quarterback, like, and the post said, "Hear me out." Like, just hear me out. One of them has to hit.
It's like at the craps table. I had to hit 7 sometime.
What would be dumber for the Bears to take 8 quarterbacks because they have 2 first-round picks, 8 quarterbacks, or to give up your whole draft for Ricky Williams?
I'm going to go give up your whole draft for Ricky Williams because, again...
I do too, because I think one of those quarterbacks will hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only problem is you're going to have to figure it out by the end of training camp, and then you're going to have to cut like 6 of them, which is going to cost you a little bit of salary cap money if it's first couple rounders.
Shit. You know what I do? I keep them all on the roster. It's like, who wants to trade? It'd be like fantasy football. I got a shit ton of quarterbacks. Who wants one?
Yeah. Who wants QB?
So I've got Carolina at 31. Yeah, they're 1-9. But again, they at least look like a competent team. New England looks like they just want to just walk out the door. And if I lived in Boston, I probably would too. BJ, Dorian, who do you have at 31?
31. I got New England.
New England.
You gave me a really voice, and you have him at 31. I'm just clarifying what just happened here.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yep. You heard that right.
Okay.
So, BJ, who do you have at 30?
I want to say the Cardinals, but they've been playing better since Kyler Murray's come back.
You already putting Caleb Williams on the Cardinals?
Yeah, I guess I did kind of. So I guess I got to stick with the good old New York Giants.
-9.
-9. Not that you will not live this down this year. You would have to win out for me to pull you out of the Trash Badgers. I just want you to know that. That's the criteria. Win out.
Now, do we know if he had to ask his mom permission to stay out late to go celebrate his first win?
Look, we discussed this. I'm not going to make fun of him living with his mother because he's saving a lot of money doing that. His contract's not that big, and he still lives in New York City. You have to think about that.
Yeah, and I think he grew up in Jersey. So.
Yeah, so
play for Illinois. So I will correct. I forget who said it. It's like he did not play for Rutgers. He played for Illinois, another trash Big Ten team. But he was.
Pretty sure he played for Syracuse.
Should have.
What's that?
He should have. I know he played for Illinois. He may have transferred from Syracuse.
I think he did, because they brought Schrader in, who is Josh Allen light.
So while you research that, I'm going to say that I have Arizona at 30. So Dorian, who do you have at 30?
At 30, I have I agree with BJ as far as Arizona's been showing some light. So I'm going Tennessee. I don't know what the hell. I mean, even though the Jags beat them, but it was like Derrick Henry. I think he's checked out. I really think that he don't want to be there.
Would you check out if Will Levis was your quarterback?
I would check out too. But it's like at first you be like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? I don't like how the season's going, but I'm at least get mine for yards. Derrick Henry's running the ball like, I think I want to play back so you guys have no choice but to trade me. Like, I really don't want to be here. Like he's fucking killing me in fantasy football.
Oh,
one of my
that's
other
why you don't like that.
Oh, the truth comes out.
Yeah.
Keep it real. But still, I got Tennessee. I think they can play a lot better, but I don't know.
With that, we'll transition to our picks. I will say, I don't understand some of these spreads because I don't understand gambling half the time. So one of the games is Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati. Now, granted, Cincinnati has a backup quarterback, but Pittsburgh has Kenny Pickett. Pittsburgh is favored by 1.
Yeah, they're saying the quarterback for the backup quarterback for the Bengals is equivalent to Kenny Pickett. That's what they're saying. That's what Vegas is telling you to your face.
So, BJ, who do you have in this shit-tastic game?
Steelers got to cover 1 point, right?
So I will say, this is probably my favorite week of football because you have games all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then Monday Night Football.
Yeah, but I go through withdrawals on Sunday when you have the Sunday ticket because there's not quite the smorgasbord of football on Sunday because it's spread out throughout the week. So I go through a little bit of withdrawals with this, and so I don't know if it's my favorite week.
That's fair. So,
because I watched football on Sunday, and all of a sudden at 4 o'clock, you're like, "There's one game."
it's like,
What?
oh God, it's
Oh shit!
fuck, it's oh God, like it's the Bears and the Giants. What the fuck are we doing? So
What?
So Dorian, who do you have in this game?
I picked the Steelers.
So just real quick before I forget, Dorian is doing so much better with these picks. He's 31-18. I am 22-27, and BJ is 18-31. So when he was picking up, picks last week, he was just losing ground.
See, here's what's crazy. I'm going to show you I'm going to send you a screenshot of my pigskin pick'em, and you're going to be like, "Huh?" It's like I'm just bad at picking on Tuesdays.
Yeah. Or you bad against picking against the spread because the picks and pick 'em, it's straight up. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Cincinnati because Kenny Pickett. The next game here is Buffalo versus Philly. Philly is only a 3.5 point favorite
in Philadelphia. Weather not a factor for either team.
Are you sure about that? Because Buffalo does not play well in the cold.
If Buffalo doesn't play well, it's not going to be because of the weather. It's colder in Buffalo than it is in Philadelphia. I'm going with the Eagles to cover that.
Me too. I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah, this is one of those lines I don't understand because to me the Eagles should be favored by like 5 or 6 points. I'm going Philly. So a game that's probably going to make me cry. Detroit's favored over Green Bay by 7.
Lions.
Yeah. Lions.
I'm gonna take Green Bay in the points. I think it's going to be closer. Detroit's going to do something to Detroit it up. So
I'm either going to raise my average this week or Dorian's going to lower his. Those are the only 2 options.
So the next game is New Orleans versus Atlanta.
I'm going Saints.
Dorian?
I'll go New Orleans.
New Orleans?
Yeah.
I saw somewhere where Atlanta was going back to Desmond Ritter. So I'm going with New Orleans.
Boy. Talk about desperation. I need something to happen.
Like a meme. Come on, do something.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Somebody, help.
So the next game is Jacksonville versus Houston. Jacksonville's technically a 1 point favorite, but this game's in Houston. Now, CJ Stroud did have a bad game last week.
But he had
Still won.
Dorian, tell me what to do here.
DJ Stroud had his coming out party against the Jacks. I don't know what it is, but I believe that Nico Ryans, he has he has a scheme against us where we struggled against him last time. I'm going. Oh, this is.
Are you going to pick against the Jaguars?
He's thinking awful hard.
I'm thinking hard because the reason being is I saw some light with Calvin Ridley last week and spreading the ball around. So I am going to go out on a limb and I'm going to pick the Jaguars.
Homer. BJ.
Texans.
I'm going Houston. Stroud, had a bad game, able to bounce back, and this is essentially a pick'em. It's Jacksonville by 1, so I'm going Houston as well. So I mean, as BJ said, we're either gonna like do really bad or really well. That being said, we actually have one more game. So this is a BJ specials, a Trash Badger special.
Ooh.
The Patriots versus the Giants. The Patriots are a 3.5-point favorite.
I'm going with the Giants because of Saquon Barkley, and that is the only reason I'm picking the Giants. That and because of 2 Super Bowls.
They're playing in New York, right?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna go Patriots. I think Bill Belichick make the game ugly. He's gonna have a quarterback.
The game's gonna be ugly whether he wants it to be or not.
Gonna make the game ugly by showing up. By catching a flight.
So I will say, so BJ alluded to it, the couple of Super Bowls that the Giants beat the Patriots and ruined their season. I think the Giants actually ruined the Patriots season again by losing the game to the Patriots and improving the Patriots, having the Patriots go further down in the draft. So I'm going the Patriots to win because they need to lose, and the Giants are gonna fuck them purposely.
Yep.
Interesting.
So
the play calling, they're going to be throwing seams.
So everybody go deep. I can't throw that far, Coach. I don't care. Just go deep.
Just go deep. You went -9. You're fine. Just go deep.
Yeah, for some reason the Giants, the last league in passing yards. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I actually Belichick tell him to let him catch the ball. So you want us to let him catch the ball? Yeah, let him catch the ball.
We need to see how it's done.
Yeah.
So with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Sandlot Sports.